this is it.
This is it.
And this is the way it looks.
This is the way it looks.
I suppose in the end one gets used to the furnishings.
That depends. Some people do.
Are all the rooms like this?
No, of course not. I mean, we get everything here, but what would anyone want with stuff like this?
What do they think I want with it? Oh, God, it's hideous. Oh well. I was always living with furniture I couldn't stand anyway. And ideas. And people. I liked it.
You won't find it so bad here. You'll see.
Good. Fine. Fine. Just the same, it's funny, huh? You've heard what they all say back there.
What about?
Oh. All this?
Oh, you don't believe all that crap. I mean, coming from people who've never been anywhere near here, because if they had.
Yes. Where are the thumb screws?
The what?
The thumb screws? The whips? The racks?
Are you serious?
Ah! Oh, good! Yes, I was being serious. No, mirrors. No windows, of course. Nothing breakable. And why'd they take my toothbrush away?
Now there's your human dignity coming back.
Save your familiarity, my friend. I know where I am and why I'm here, but I'll be damned if I'm going to stand and be
Take it
treated
easy,
like...
no harm meant. I mean, what do you expect? All the guests ask the same thing. First they ask, where's the thumb screws? And around that time, let me tell you, they're not really thinking about their state of their smile. And you get them calmed down. And around that time, they start wanting their toothbrush. Now, let me just ask you this. Just stop and think for one moment. Why in hell would you want to brush your teeth here?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Why should I? And why should I want to look at myself in the mirror? As far as that statue goes, fine. There'll probably be times where I can't look at it enough. Not enough. See? What the hell, there's nothing to hide. I tell you, I'm quite aware of my status here and why I was sent. You want to know what it's like? Is that why you're looking at me like that? All right, I'll tell you. It's like drowning in hot water with your eyes above the water. And what do you see? A statue of Napoleon. God, what a nightmare. It's all right. You don't have to say anything. Probably not allowed to anyway. I know, I'll shut up. But just don't think that this comes as a shock to me. I knew what was coming. I knew the whole score, backwards and forwards, behind me and ahead of me. There was no toothbrush. No beds either. You never sleep, is that right?
Right.
I knew it. Why would you sleep anyway? You feel sleepy. Starts to creep up behind the ears. Your eyes feel heavy. Sleep? No. No, you lie down on the couch and you're not sleepy anymore. Now you have to get up, rub your eyes, go through the whole thing all over again.
You got Some imagination.
Shut up. I won't cause a fuss. I want to see the whole thing right in the face. I don't want to give it a chance to sneak up behind me and stab me in the back where I can't see it. Imagination. All right. How's this? You don't get sleepy, correct? No, why sleep if you're not sleepy? Wait a minute. I've got it. Why is it painful to be here? Why would it have to be torture? Simply because it's life, without time off, without a break.
What do you mean, break?
What do I mean? Look at me. I knew it. That's why you've been staring at me with that smug, cocky expression. My God, they've atrophied.
What do you mean?
Your eyelids. You know, we used to close ours. You call it blinking your eyes. Second of darkness. Little black curtain falls and goes back up again. Your break is made. Think how restful it would be. 100 rests in an hour, 100 little escapes. So, I'll have to live without eyelids. It's all the same thing. Without eyelids, without sleep. No more sleep. How am I going to put up with myself? Just try to understand. Try hard. Now, I've got a mean, nasty sort of disposition, and I'm sort of used to teasing myself, but I can't go on like that all the time. Now, back there were nights. I used to sleep. Wonderful, soft sleep to make up for it. I'd make myself have simple dreams. I'd dream there was a field of grass. I'd just walk through it. Is it daytime?
Daytime?
Is it light?
Don't you see the lights are lit?
I see, but outside?
Outside?
Outside. On the other side of the wall?
There's the hall.
And at the end of the hall?
More halls, and rooms, and stairs.
And then what?
That's all.
Well, you must have a day off from time to time. Where do you go?
See my uncle on the 3rd floor. He's the bell captain on that floor.
Should have guessed. Where are the light switches here?
There isn't any.
You mean you can't turn the light off?
Management can shut off the juice, but I don't remember them doing it on this floor. We do have unlimited service.
All right. So I'm going to have to live with my eyes open.
Live?
Let's not split hairs about words. With my eyes open all the time, broad daylight in my eyes, inside my head. And if I were to send that statue through the chandelier, you think that would do the trick?
It is too heavy.
You're right. It's too heavy.
Well, if you don't be needing me any longer, I'll...
You're going? So long. Wait! If I need you, I can ring this bell and you have to come, right?
Well, yes. But I wouldn't count on it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Huh? It works!
You're right. So it does. Well,
this?
It's a letter opener.
You have no mail delivery here.
No.
Then what good is it? It's alright. You can go. Valet? Boy?
You rang?
No.
Here you are, madame. If you have any questions, usually the guest would like some information.
It's all the same to me.
Besides, as far as the toothbrush goes, and the statue and the bell, this gentleman knows all about it. He can answer your questions as well as I can.
Where's Florence? I'm asking you a question. Where is Florence?
I haven't any idea.
The best you can do? Torture by separation? It's a failure as far as I'm concerned. Florence was a little fool and I don't miss her.
I'm sorry, but who are you taking me for?
You're the torturer, I suppose.
That's very funny. You took one look at me and thought, oh, that man's going to torture me. Torturer. What a mistake. That stupid bellhop should have at least introduced us. Well, allow me to do the honors. Vincent Garcin, journalist and writer. Since we seem to be sharing the same quarters, Madame...
Inez Serrano, Mademoiselle.
Good. Well, the ice is broken. Now, you find that I have the face of a torturer. And, may I ask precisely how you were able to recognize one?
They look as if they were afraid.
Afraid? That's crazy. And of whom? Of their victims?
I know what I'm talking about. I've seen my own face in the mirror.
In the mirror. Well, this place is impossible. Taking anything that remotely resembles a mirror out of here. Well, I can assure you that I am not afraid. I don't take our situation lightly, and I'm fully aware of its seriousness, but I'm not afraid.
Well, that's your business. Do you ever by chance go out for a stroll?
The door is bolted.
So much the worse.
I understand you're not exactly happy to find me here. To be honest, I'd rather be alone myself. I'd like to get a few things straight in my head and sort my life out, as it were. But sure we'll be able to get used to one another. I don't talk. I don't move around very much. I don't even make much noise, but the one thing, if you don't mind my suggesting it, is that we should keep the utmost politeness towards one another. It will be our best defense.
I'm not a very polite person.
Well, I'll be polite for the both of us.
Your mouth.
I'm sorry?
Do you think it would be possible for you to stop twitching your mouth? It's going around like a top there under your nose.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I didn't realize.
That's just the trouble. Jesus, see, you tried me the this point about being polite, and then you just leave your face out in the open. You're not alone here. You have no right to inflict the side of your fear on me.
You're not afraid.
What good would it do? Fears were before. Well, we still had hope.
There's no more hope. That I know. We're still before. Whatever it's to be hasn't yet begun, Mademoiselle Serrano.
I know. So, what's going to happen?
I don't know. Just waiting.
No! No! Don't take your hands away! I know what's behind your unknown face! Oh. But I don't know you.
I'm not the torturer, madam.
I didn't think you were. I thought someone was trying to play a joke on me. Are we still expecting someone else?
No one else is coming.
Oh, then we're going to be alone. Just the three of us. Oh,
It's not a laughing matter.
oh, I know. It's just that these Javons are so hideous. Look at how they've set them out in a row. I feel as if it were New Year's and I wrote my Aunt Marie's. Each one has his own divan, I suppose, and this one is mine. But I shall never be able to sit on it. It's frightful. I'm in turquoise and it's green.
Would you like to sit on mine?
That burgundy one. That's awfully kind of you, but I'm afraid it wouldn't be much better. Well, we would expect each one has his own divan. My green one. I'll take it. Actually, the only one that could possibly match at all is the one that this gentleman is sitting on.
Well, Garcin, did you hear?
Oh, you've gone. It's yours, madame.
Thank you. Well, since we're going to be living together, I think we should make each other's acquaintance. I'm Estelle Delani.
Inez Serrano. I'm delighted.
Vincent Garcin.
Do you need me for anything else?
Oh! It's all right, I'll ring for you.
You are very lovely to look at. I'm very happy. Oh, I wish I had some flowers to make you feel more at home.
Flowers? Oh, yes, I always love flowers. Oh, but the weather here, it's so hot. Well, the important thing is to keep in a good humor. You,
Yes. Last week. And you?
Hi. Yesterday. Funeral isn't quite over yet. The wind is blowing my sister's veil around. She's doing all she can to cry. Come, try a little harder than that. There. 2 tears. 2 tiny little tears shining under the crape. Gabrielle is terribly ugly this morning. She's holding onto her sister's arm. She doesn't dare cry because it would make her mascara run. I suppose in her case, well, she was my best friend after all.
Did you suffer very much?
No, I was barely conscious.
What did you...
Pneumonia. But it's over. They're leaving. Good morning. Good morning. Such a lot of handshaking. My husband is absolutely ill. He's so unhappy he stayed at home. And you?
Gas.
And you?
12 bullets in my carcass. I'm sorry. Afraid I'm not a very high-class corpse.
But if only we wouldn't use such crude words. It's a little disgusting. And after all, what does it mean? It may very well be that we've never been so much alive as we are right now. If we absolutely must give a name to this state of affairs, I suggest we call it absence. It sounds so much nicer. Have you been absent long?
About a month.
And where are you from?
Paris.
Do you have anyone left back there?
My wife. She came to the jail every other day. The guards wouldn't let her in. She's trying to look through the bars right now. She doesn't know yet that I'm absent, but she suspects. She's leaving now. She's all in black. So much better. She won't have to change. The sun is nice and bright. She's all in black. There in the empty streets. Those big eyes. Like a victim's. She got on my nerves.
Estelle. Excuse me, Monsieur Garcin. You're sitting on my divan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You look so wrapped up.
I was putting my life in order. It might do some people some good if they did the same.
My life's all in order. Completely in order. Took care of itself back there, so I don't need to bother about it here.
Really? You think it's that simple? It's hot. May I?
No, don't! No, I can't stand men in their shirt sleeves.
All right. Used to spend all night in the copy room. It was always hot as a jungle in there. It is hot as a jungle in there. Right now. Huh. It's night out.
So it is. Already night. Millicent is getting undressed. She's getting ready for bed. How fast time flies there.
It's night. I closed the door and sealed up my room. The room is empty and dark.
You've taken their coats off. Put them along the backs of the chairs. Rolled their shirt sleeves up to the elbows. The air smells like men and cigar smoke. I used to like to live that way. Among men in their shirt sleeves.
Well, we don't happen to have the same taste. That's all that proves. And you? Do you like men in their shirt sleeves?
Shirts or no shirts, I'm not very fond of men anyway.
Why? Why have they put us together?
What's that?
I look at you both and I think how we're going to live together. I somehow expected to find friends, relatives.
Yes, a lovely friend with a hole in the middle of space.
Yes, that one too. Who used to dance the rumba like an absolute professional. Why have they put us together?
Oh, simply chance. They put people where they can in the order of their arrival. What are you laughing at?
At you and your chance. Do you need to be reassured that badly? You leave nothing to chance.
Perhaps we've met somewhere before.
Never. I never would have forgotten you.
Or maybe we have friends in common. Don't you know the Dubois Seymours?
I doubt it very much.
They're always entertaining. Everyone goes.
What do they do?
Do? Why nothing? They have that great big place of Cannes and everything.
I was a secretary.
Oh. Of course. And you, Monsieur Garcin?
I never left Paris. I found trouble enough right there.
Then perhaps you're right. It is chance that brought us together.
Chance. So it's by chance it's furniture, it's as it is. Just an accident that the divan on the right is burgundy. Well, the one on the left is yellow. Chance. Well, go ahead, try to change the furniture around, let me know how it comes out. Oh, and the statue is here by chance as well, I suppose. And this heat. I tell you, everything was planned out. Down to the last detail and with the greatest of care. This room was made for us. It was waiting for us.
But why should it be? Everything about it is so ugly, so hard and angular. I always hated angles.
Do you think I lived in a room like this?
Then you think everything has been arranged.
Everything. And we're very well matched too.
And it isn't chance that you happen to be sitting opposite me. What are they waiting for?
I don't know. But they're waiting. Don't worry.
I can't stand it when I think someone expects me to do something. Right away I have the most awful urge to do just the contrary.
Go ahead, do it. You don't even know what it is they want you to do.
Something is supposed to happen to me because of you two. Because of you two. I've seen faces that meant something to me straight off, but yours see nothing at all.
Come on, out with it. You've said so much already. Why are we here? Go on to the end.
I don't know anything about it.
We've got to know.
Each of us had the courage to tell.
What?
Estelle,
Yes?
what did you do? Why were you sent here?
But I don't know. I haven't the vaguest idea. I even have a feeling it must be a mistake. Don't smile. Think of all the people who become absent every day. They come here by the thousands and are taken care of by mere underlings, uneducated employees. How can they help me there around there? Don't laugh at the idea. It's perfectly reasonable. And you? Why don't you say something? Perhaps they didn't make a mistake in my case, but perhaps they did in yours. And in yours too, maybe. Don't you think it's better to think we're here by mistake?
Is that all you have to tell us?
What else do you want to know? I have nothing to hide. I was an orphan. I had no money and I had to bring up my younger brother. There was this old friend of my father's who wanted to marry me, and he had a great deal of money and was rather nice, so I accepted. What would you have done in my case? My brother's health was terribly difficult and it was frightfully hard to get him the kind of care he needed. I lived 6 years with my husband without a shadow of trouble or unhappiness. And 2 years ago, I met the man I was really meant for. We both knew at the moment we saw each other. He wanted me to run off with him, but naturally I wouldn't. And then I had my pneumonia. That's all. Of course. Suppose I could be blamed in a way for having sacrificed my youth to an old man. Do you think that's wrong?
Certainly not. Do you think it's wrong to live according to your principles?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
I edited a newspaper, had a reputation for telling the truth. I had a bold policy. The truth, whether they liked it or not, to hell with the consequences. That was my motto. They called me a fearless journalist. I always came out against war. Pacifist, not the milksop kind, but militantly against all war, any war. After Danzig, I went right ahead preaching the gospel of peace. France fell. Was I supposed to change all of my principles simply because they happened to find favor with the Germans? My enemies denounced me as a traitor. They said I had sold out. Fools. I was for the brotherhood of man. But mine was a lost cause. And in the end, the fools had their way. They shot me. I folded my arms and they shot me. Tell me, where is the blame there? What did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong. You're
A hero.
Joe was a
as simple as that.
Well, almost. Perhaps not quite.
It was lucky you didn't have any responsibilities to anyone. You weren't married, I take it.
Well, yes, I had a wife, but what about her? Picked her up out of the gutter to marry her.
You see? I see. Come on, who are you putting this act on for anyway? We're all in this together.
Together.
Criminals together. We're in hell, my little friend. There are no mistakes in there. People are not damned for nothing.
Stop it.
Now, damn.
Stop it! I forbid you from using such coarse language.
Oh, I said damned! Did you hear salvation now? Oh, and you too, our big clean-cut hero. We had our day, didn't we? People suffered, they went through their agonies because of us. We thought it was pretty amusing. They'll be paid for now.
Will you shut up?
Wait. No, I understand now. I know why they put us together.
Be careful what you say. We don't want to hear it anyway. We know we're here. Isn't that enough for you?
Oh no. You've got to hear this. It's too good to keep secret. Oh, it's clever. Very clever. There's no physical torture, right? No nail pulling or roasting over the flames. And yet we're in hell. And nobody else is coming. No one. We're together, just us three from now on.
I know it.
Well, this is the point. They've made a savings on their hired help, that's all. The customers serve themselves. Like a cafeteria.
What do you mean?
Each of us is the torturer for the other two.
I won't provide your tortures for you. I have nothing against you. And I don't want anything to do with you. Nothing. So there you are. It's as simple as that. It's a game. And each of us into his corner. You hear, and I hear. And silence. Not a word. It's not so hard, is it? Each of us has enough to do thinking about himself. I could go 10,000 years without saying a word.
I have to be quiet.
Yes. We'll be safe. Just be quiet. Look inside yourself. And never look up. Agreed?
Agreed. I agree.
Well, goodbye.
I'm sorry, you wouldn't happen to have a mirror? A mirror, a little hand mirror, anything. If you're going to leave me alone, you might as well get me a looking glass.
I have one on my back. It's gone. I've taken it when I came in here.
More?
What's the matter?
I feel so strange. Don't you ever feel that way? But I can't see myself
always feel myself inside.
Oh, yes, inside. Everything that goes on in one's head is so big it puts me to sleep. There are 6 huge mirrors in my bedroom. I can always see them, but they can't see me. They reflect the couch, the rug, the window. How empty it is, a mirror, if I can't see myself in it. Whenever I spoke to someone, I always arranged it so that I could see myself in one. I talked, and I could see myself talking. I could see the way I looked to other people, and it sort of kept me awake. My makeup! Well, I'm sure I'm not all wrong. I simply can't go through all eternity without a mirror.
Would you like me to be your mirror? Come, I invite you over to my house. Sit down on my divan. We won't pay any attention to him.
We're going to hurt each other. You said so yourself.
Do I look as though I wanted to hurt you?
You never know.
Besides, you're the one who's going to hurt me. That's no trouble. I'm suffer, might as well be because of you. Sit down. Closer. Sit closer to me. Now look in my eyes. What do you see?
I see myself, very tiny. I can hardly see myself.
I see you. All of you. Go on, ask me questions. You'll never find a mirror who'd be so faithful.
Mr. Garcin, I'm sure we're annoying you with our silly chatter.
Leave him be. He doesn't count anymore. We're all alone. Go on, ask me questions.
Is my lipstick on straight?
Let me see. Not very.
I knew it. Fortunately, nobody saw me. I'll start over.
Better. No. Follow the line of the lips. I'll guide your hand. That's it.
And it looks as good as it did a little while ago when I first came in.
Better. Heavier. More cool. Just the right makeup for hell.
And it looks alright. Competition nuisance, I can't judge for myself. Swear it looks alright.
Would I lie to you?
Swear it looks alright.
You're beautiful.
But have you any taste? I mean, do you have my taste? It's so awful. It's so nerve-wracking.
I have your taste because I like you. Look at me. Straight at me. Smile at me. I'm not ugly either. Aren't I better than a mirror?
I don't know, you're a little terrifying. My reflection mirror was caught there, you know, and I could do what I wanted with it. I knew it so well. I'm going to smile, and it'll go straight into your eyes, and heaven only knows what'll happen to it there.
And who's stopping you from catching me? And won't you call me Inez?
It's awfully hard for me to call women by their first names.
Especially secretaries, I suppose. What's that on your cheek? Is that a pimple?
On my cheek? Where? How frightful.
You see, I'm a mirror to catch little mice in, and you're my little mouse. I've got you. Oh, there's nothing there, nothing at all, you see. Suppose the mirror should start to lie. Or I should close my eyes and refuse to look at you. What would you do with all that beauty then? But don't worry. I'll keep my eyes wide open. I have to look at you. And that'll be nice. Very nice. But you'll call me Inez.
You like me, Inez?
Very much.
But I wish he'd look at me too.
Because he's a man. You win! Well, go on, look at her! Cut out the comedy! Come on, I know you haven't missed a word of what we were saying.
You're right. Not a word. Not even with my fingers in my ears. Your gabbing went right through. Are you going to leave me alone or not? I want nothing to do with you. You understand?
And her. Do you have something to do with her? I see right through you. You think she'll be more interested in you if you sit there like a big man thinking.
I told you to leave me alone. There's someone talking about me at the paper, and I'm trying to listen. I don't give a good goddamn about your little friend. That makes you feel any better.
Thank you.
No, I didn't mean.
Halfway.
There! I begged you to stop talking.
Well, she started it. I didn't ask her for anything, and she offered me her mirror.
No, you were just making faces so he'd look at you.
And what if I did?
Will you both? Are you crazy? Both of you! Can't you see where this is leading us? Will you both just shut up, for God's sakes? Now, we're all going to go back and sit down quietly. And each of us is going to close his eyes and try and forget that the others are here.
Forget. How childish. I can feel you right down to my bones. Everything you don't say yells itself in my ears. You can cut off your tongue, nail your mouth shut. Do you think it stops you from existing? Huh? Think it stops you from thinking? I can hear your brain going tick-tock like an alarm clock, and I know you can hear mine. And you want to sit back in your easy chair. You're all over the room. Ugh. Every sound comes into my ears dirty because you've heard it on the way. And stolen my face. You know what it looks like, and I don't anymore. And her? Stolen her. If we were alone, do you think she would dare treat me the way she does? Take those hands away from your face. I'm not gonna leave you alone. That would be too easy. You'd like me to sit there unconscious, buried inside yourself like a Buddha, while I sit over here with my eyes closed, knowing that every sound she makes, down to the rustling of her dress, is for you. She's sending you a little secret smile as you can't even see. Well, I'm not having any of that. I'm gonna choose my own hell. I wanna look right at you and fight me open.
All right. Suppose it's inevitable. They've managed us as though we were children. If they put me up with men, men know how to shut up. But I suppose one can't ask for too much. Like me, baby? I've got a feeling that you do.
Don't touch me.
Oh, just be yourself. You know, I liked women a lot. You didn't know that. And they liked me a lot. So just take it easy. There's nothing to lose here. Manners? What for? Ceremony? For what? This is private. In a little while, we'll be as naked as the day we were born.
Leave me alone.
As the day we were born. I warned you. I asked for nothing except for peace and a little silence. I had my fingers in my ears. Duval is at the paper. He was standing in the middle of the tables. All the guys in the copy room were listening. In shirt sleeves. I was trying to catch what he was saying, but I couldn't make it out. Everything goes by so fast on Earth. Well, you just couldn't stop talking. Not for 1 minute. Well, it's over now. Whatever he's thinking about me has gone back inside his head. But we've got to go on to the end. Naked as the day we were born. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
You know. You know now.
As long as one of us hasn't said why he's here, we won't know anything. You there. Why? Tell us why. If you're straight with us, it may save us all a lot of grief. Go on. Tell us why you're here.
But I told you I don't know. You wouldn't tell me.
No. It wouldn't tell me either, but I know myself. You scared to talk first? All right, I'll start. It isn't very pretty.
All right, we know you were a collaborator.
That's enough of that. Don't talk about that ever. I'm here because I tortured my wife. That's all. For 5 years. And of course, she's still suffering. There she is. As soon as I talk about her, I can see her. It's Duvall I want to know about, so of course it's my wife I see. Where is Duvall? 5 years. Oh, what do you know? I've given her back my stuff. She's sitting by the window with my coat over her knees. The one with the 12 holes in it. The blood looks like rust. The edges of the holes are rusty. It's a museum piece. A historic garment, and I wore it. Are you going to cry? I bet you end up crying. I used to come home, blind drunk, smelling of liquor and women. She'd been waiting up all night, but she never cried. And not a word of reproach. Only her eyes. Can't be sorry. It's snowing out. You going to cry? There's a woman who was born to be a martyr.
Why did you make her suffer?
Oh, because it was easy. All it took was a word to make her change color. She was sensitive. But she never cried. And not a word of blame from her either. I'm a great one for teasing, though. I'd wait, no. Never whine, never reproach. I found her in the street, understand? She was nothing but a little too-bit. She's running her hand over the coat without looking at it. Her fingers are feeling out the bullet holes as though she were blind. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? What do you think is going to happen? I tell you, I don't regret anything. The problem was she admired me too much. Thought too much of me. You understand?
No. Wasn't admired.
So much the better. For you? Well, this is all probably very abstract for you, so here's a story. I brought a girl home to live once. Oh, what nights. My wife slept downstairs on the first floor. She must have heard us. Do you know what she did in the morning? She got up first
And got you breakfast.
and served it to us in bed, in 2 little trays.
Louse.
Oh, I'll grant you that, but a very special house to her. No, it's nothing. It's Duvall, but he's not talking about me. You were saying, louse. Hell, if I weren't a louse, what would I be doing here? In your case.
Well, I was what they call back there one of those women. Already damned, you know. So this was no great surprise.
That's all.
No. It was that whole business with Florence. But everybody concerned is dead. The 3 of us. He was first, then she and I. Nobody's left there, and I'm satisfied. Nothing but the room. I see it from time to time, just empty with the blinds shut. They've finally taken the seal off the door. For rent. It's for rent. There's a sign on the door. It's a mockery.
3. Did you say 3?
3.
A man and 2 women.
Yes.
Well, he killed himself.
That guy. No, I wasn't up to it. Yet it wasn't for lack of reason. He suffered enough. No, it was the trolley car that killed him. Wasn't that a laugh? I lived with him. He was my cousin.
Florence was a blonde.
A blonde. You know, I may have no regrets about how I lived my life, but don't think I enjoy going over all of this.
Come on, out with it. You poisoned her mind against him, didn't you?
Yes. Little by little. Word here, word there. For instance, he used to make this noise when he drank. He'd blow into his glass through his nose. Little things. Nothing at all. Poor guy was very soft, vulnerable. What are you laughing at?
Because I'm not vulnerable.
That remains to be seen. I sort of slipped into her mind. And she began to see him through my eyes. And then in the end, there she was in my hands. We took a room on the other end of town. And then came the trolley car. I used to tell her every day after it happened, well, kid, we got rid of him. I'm malicious. I'm bad. I know.
I know. I am too.
No, you're not malicious. You did something else.
What?
You're just trying to prove something to yourself.
But what?
I'll tell you later. But I'm really bad. I need to see other people suffer just to exist at all. Torch in their hearts. All alone I go out. Flamed in her heart for 6 months. Burned everything. And the night she got up and turned on the gas. I didn't hear her. She got back into bed beside me. That's all.
Hmm.
What?
Nothing. It's nasty business.
Of course it's nasty business, so what?
Oh, of course. Your turn. What did you do?
I told you, I don't know. I keep asking myself, but it's no use.
All right, we'll help you. That guy with the smashed-in face, who was he?
Guy.
You know who I mean. The one you were afraid of when you came in.
He was a friend.
Why were you afraid of him?
You have no right to be asking me all this. He killed himself because of you. Certainly not. Are you mad?
Then why were you afraid to see him? He blew his face off, right?
Stop. Stop.
And he did it because of you? Hmm?
Yes.
Because of you?
Yes, the gun went off because of you. Isn't that right?
Stop it, both of you. I want to get out before I gotta get out.
Go ahead. Nothing would please me more. Only it so happens the door is locked from the outside.
You're monstrous. Completely monstrous. So what? So the guy killed himself on account of you. He was your lover.
Oh, naturally, he was her lover. And he wanted you all to himself, isn't that right?
He danced the rumba like a professional. But he had no money.
We asked, was he poor?
Yes, he was poor.
And you had your reputation to think of. And then one day, He came to you and he begged you to run away with him. And you laughed at him.
Yes. Yes, that's right. You laughed at him. Isn't that right? Isn't that why he killed himself?
Is that the way you looked at Florence?
Yes.
Not even warm, you two. He wanted me to have a child by him. There, are you satisfied?
And you didn't want
No! But the baby was born anyway. I went to Mexico for 5 months. It was a girl. Roger was there when she was born. He really wanted to have a child. I did.
And what happened?
There was a balcony out over the rocks. The hotel was on a cliff over the ocean. I brought in a huge stone. Roger was screaming, "Estelle, please, please," and crying. He was disgusting. I loathed him. He saw everything. He reached his head out over the balcony and watched the waves where it had gone down.
And then what?
That's all. I went back to New York. He did what he felt like.
That is, he blew his head off.
Yes, I'm afraid he did. It really wasn't necessary because my husband never suspected anything at all. I hate you both.
Useless. Tears won't flow here. The heat.
I'm so cowardly. I'm such a coward. If only you knew how much I hate you.
Poor dear little thing. Grilling's over. You don't have to go on looking like an executioner.
Execution. Oh, what I wouldn't give to see myself in a mirror right now. It's hot. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. You can stay in your shirt sleeves now.
Yes. Estelle, you mustn't be angry with me.
I'm not. I have nothing against you.
And me. Do something against me?
Yes.
Well, Garcin, here we are. Naked as the day we were born. Does it make any difference? Are things any clearer to you?
I don't know. Perhaps a little. Couldn't we try to help each other?
I don't need any help.
Inez, they've got our wires hopelessly tangled here. If you make the least gesture, if you raise your hand to fan yourself, Estelle and I feel it. No one of us can save himself alone. We've all got to either lose everything together or save ourselves together. You can take your choice. What is it?
It's rented. The windows are wide open and there's a man sitting on my bed. It's rented. They've rented it. Well, come in, don't be bashful. That was a woman. Putting her hands on his shoulders. Why won't they turn on the light? You can hardly see. Are they gonna kiss each other? That's my room, mine! They turn on the light. What are they whispering about? God, I think I'm gonna make love on my bed. She says it's noon in broad daylight. I must be going blind. It's over. I can't hear them anymore. I can't see them anymore. I suppose that means goodbye to the earth. No more alibi. Feel empty. helping me, if I remember.
Yes.
Helping me with what?
To frustrate their plans.
In exchange?
You help me. It's so simple, Inez. All you need is a little goodwill.
Goodwill. Where am I gonna get it? Rot it away, all of you.
And me? Just the same, suppose we try.
I'm all dried up. I can't give or take, either one. How am I gonna help you? The dead branch, ready to burn. Lawrence was a real one.
You understand that this girl is going to be your inquisitioner?
I may have a pretty good idea.
They'll use her to get you down. If you could just, as far as I'm concerned, I'm paying her no attention at all. If you could just do the same.
What?
It's a trap. You're being watched to see if you'll fall into it.
I know! You're trapped too! Don't you think they've foreseen your words and all the traps and everything you say? Traps we can't even see. Everything's a trap! Do you think that matters to me? I'm a trap myself. A trap for her. It makes me that I'll catch her.
You won't catch anything. We'll all just chase after each other like so many horses on a merry-go-round, and no one will ever catch up to anyone. Rest assured, they've planned everything. Let go, Inez. Open up your hands and let your prey go. If you don't, you'll bring us all to grief, all three.
Do I look like a person who lets her prey go? I know what's before me. I'm going to burn. I am burning. I know there'll never be an end. Do you think I'll give up? I'm going to get her. She's going to see you through my eyes the way Florence saw him. What do you mean I'm going to bring us all to grief? I'm telling you, I know everything about it, and I can't even have pity on myself. Trap. Trap. Of course I'm in a trap. What about it? So much the better if that's the way they want it.
But I can have pity on you. Look at me. We are naked. Naked to the bone, and I know you all the way into your heart. It gives us something in common. Do you think I want to hurt you? I'm not complaining, and I'm not sorry for what's happened, but I'm dried up too. It's somehow I can have pity on you.
Don't touch me like that. I can't stand to have anyone touch me. And keep your pity. After all, Garcin, there are plenty of traps for you in this room. For you. Especially for you. You do better to mind your own business. If you leave the two of us absolutely alone, the little one here and I, I'll see to it that you're not hurt. At least, not by us.
All right. It's a bargain.
Son, help me.
What do you want of me? You better talk to her.
I beg you, you promised, Garcin, you promised. I can't bear being left alone. Millicent's going to dance with him.
With who?
Ricardo, they're dancing now.
Who's Ricardo?
Some little dope I know used to call me his fountain of inspiration. He was in love with me. Just dragged him up to a nightclub.
Were you in love with him?
They're sitting down now. She's all out of breath. I wonder why she even bothers to dance unless it's to help her reduce. Certainly not. Of course I don't love him. He's exactly 18 and I don't happen to be that sort of a monster.
Then leave them be. What do you care what they do?
It was mine.
Nothing on earth is yours any longer.
He was mine.
He was yours. Try to take him now. Try to touch him. Millicent can touch him, can't she? Can't she? She can hold his hands, touch his knees.
She's pushing that great bosom of hers right under his nose, blowing in his face. Tom Thumb. Poor little Tom Thumb. How can you stand it? Why don't you burst out laughing in her face? Is there really nothing? Nothing at all.
Not now. And nothing of you is left on the earth. Everything you own is here. That paper cutter there, the statue, the gold chair is yours. And I'm yours, my sweet. I'm yours forever.
Mine. All right. Which one of you two would dare call me your fountain of inspiration? You're not fooled, either of you. You know perfectly well I'm as low as they come. Work hard. Sweet. Think of me. Think of me and no one else. Defend me. As long as you think my fountain of inspiration, my darling fountain of inspiration, I'm only half here. I'm only half guilty. I'm still your fountain. Back there near you. Look at her. She's as red as a lobster. No, really, it's impossible. You know we've laughed at her hundreds of times. What's that piece they're playing? Oh, it's one of my favorites. Well, go on, dance. Garcin, you'd be amused if you could see her. But I suppose you'll never know that I see her. But I do see you, with your hair coming down and your face all crooked, and I see you stepping all over his feet. It's a scream! You die laughing. He's pushing her and pulling her all over the dance floor. It's indecent. Go on, you two. Keep it up. But I see you, I tell you. Oh, she doesn't care. She's dancing right across in front of my face. Our dear Estelle. What do you mean, our dear Estelle? Oh, stop it. Be quiet! You didn't even shed one tear at the funeral! She says to him, our dear Estelle. She has the nerve to talk to him about me. Well, you might at least try and keep time. Oh, but of course you can't talk and dance at the same time. No, don't tell him. You can keep him, have him, do whatever you like with him, but don't tell him. All right, girl. It's yours now. She's told him everything, Garcin. Roger, the trip to Mexico with the baby, it's all come out. Our poor Estelle wasn't exactly. Well, she's quite right, I wasn't exactly. Shaking his head sort of sadly, but I can't say he looks very upset. Keep him, he's yours now. I'm not the one to fight with you over his long eyelashes and his girlish face. He used to call me his inspiration, his crystal. Well, I'm afraid the crystal's a little damaged now. Go on, you two. Dance! Faster! Keep time! 1, 2! I'd give anything to go back for just 1 minute, just 1 instant and dance! But I can hardly hear the music. And they've turned the lights down. It must be a rumba, but still, why are they playing it so softly? Louder! I can hardly hear anything at all now. That's all. No more. The earth has left me for good. Garcin, look at me. Take me into your arms.
Garcin.
Talk to her.
No, don't go away. Are you a man or aren't you? Look at me, will you? Is it so painful to see my face? I have pretty hair. After all, somebody did kill himself for my sake. Please, you've got to look at something. If it isn't me, it'll be the statue, or the table, or the couches. And I do think I'm a little pleasanter to look at. Listen, it's so strange. I've fallen out of their hearts back there like a baby bird out of its nest. Pick me up, take me into your heart. You'll see how sweet I can be.
I said, speak to her.
To her, but she doesn't count. She's a woman.
I don't count. Oh, but my poor, sweet, dear little bird bird. You've been safe in my heart for a long, long time. Don't be afraid. I'll keep watch over you every second without even blinking my eyes. You'll live in my eyes like a speck of dust in a ray of sunlight.
A ray of sunlight. Don't make me mad. You played your trump card a while back. Can't you see it didn't do you any good?
Estelle, my inspiration, my crystal glow.
Your crystal. It's ludicrous. Who do you think you're fooling? Come now, we all know I threw the kid out the window. The crystal is smashed in 1,000 pieces, and I don't give a damn. I'm just a skin, but it's not for you to touch. Just
Come over here. You can be what you want, an angel or a monster, but in my eyes you can be how you really want to.
leave me alone! You have no eyes. What have I got to do to make you leave me alone? This?
Garcin, you'll pay for this.
So you want a man?
Man, no. You.
Cut all that. Any man will fill the bill. I happen to be here and I'll do good. I won't have much for you to get excited about, I'm afraid. I'm not a little dope, and I don't rumba.
I'll take you as you are. Perhaps I'll change you.
I doubt it. I'll be absent-minded. I have other things in my head.
What other things?
You wouldn't be interested.
Then I'll sit in your place and wait for you to pay attention to me.
Look at the little strumpet flat on her belly. He's not even good looking. Or don't men have to be? Just brave, perhaps?
Don't listen to her. She has no eyes. She has no ears. She doesn't count.
I'll give you what I can. It isn't much. I won't love you. I won't be able to. I know you too well.
Do you want me?
Yes.
That's all I ask.
Then?
Estelle! Garcin! Have you lost your minds? I'm here! I'm here!
I see you. So what?
In front of me. You can't.
Why not? I always undress in front of the maid.
Leave her alone! You leave her alone! You keep your filthy male hands off of her!
No, you don't. I'm not a gentleman, remember? And I don't mind hitting a woman.
You promised me. You promised me! I beg you, Garcin, please, you promised me!
You're the one who broke our pact.
Go on and do whatever you want. You're 2 against 1. But remember, I'll be here watching you. I won't take my eyes off you, Garcin. You have to do everything right in front of me. God, how I hate you both. Go on, make love. But remember, you're in hell. Look at your chance to suffer.
Your lips.
I told you to pay no attention to her.
Her? Who's thinking about her? Duval is at the paper. Huh. Close the windows. Must be winter. 6 months. 6 months since I was... Well, I believe I told you I'd be preoccupied. Huh. Kept their coats on this time. They're shivering. It's funny to see them all so cold back there. This time he's talking about me.
Well, you might at least tell me what he's saying.
Nothing. He's not saying anything. He's just a louse, that's all. A goddamn louse! Let's get back to us. Will you be able to love me?
Who knows?
But will you have confidence in me?
What a funny question. You've been right in front of me the whole time, and you certainly went to see me with Inez.
Well, I meant a different kind of confidence. Go on, go on! Say what you want! It's not like I'm there to defend myself. Estelle, you have got to have confidence in me.
What a mess you made. Now you have my arms, my lips, my whole body. It could all be so simple, my confidence. But I haven't any confidence to give. Such an embarrassing thing to ask. You must have done something rather horrible to keep asking my confidence in this way.
I was executed!
Yes, I know, for collaborating. And then what?
I never collaborated. Oh, he's a fast talker, all right. He always puts blame where it belongs, but he never says what should have been done. Was I supposed to go to the general and say, well, General, I've decided not to go to war? They put me in jail right away. I wanted to show them. I got on the train. They stopped me halfway.
Where were you trying to go?
Geneva, ultimately. I'll say something.
What do you want me to say? That you did right to leave? Darling, how can I guess what you want me to answer?
Oh, but precious. He wants you to say he ran away like a lion. Because that's what he did. He ran away. That big, darling man of yours. That's what's bothering him. That's what he's worrying about.
Ran away. Left. Call it what you like.
But you had to run away. If you'd stayed, you'd have been shot down in the street.
Well, naturally. Estelle, am I a coward?
How should I know? Get inside your mind. You'll have to answer that.
I can't.
Well, you must have had reasons to do what you did.
Yes, I had.
Well then.
But were they the real reasons?
You are so complicated.
I wanted to live in order to go on with my work, but I wonder, was that the real reason?
Ah, yes, that question. Was it the real reason? Ask yourself, didn't staying alive come before everything else?
Shut up. I used to walk back and forth inside my prison cell, from the door to the window, from the window to the door, night and day. I spy on myself, I got on my own trail, and felt as though I'd spent an entire lifetime just asking myself questions, and then somehow, the action had just come by itself. I had got on the train, that was certain, but why? Why? At the end, I thought, my death will decide it. If I die like a man, I'll prove I'm not a coward.
And how did you die, Garcin?
Badly. It's just a bodily weakness. I'm not ashamed of what happened. It's just, it left everything up in the air. Come here. Look at me. I need somebody to look at me while I'm being talked about back there. I like your brown eyes.
Oh, brown eyes. Listen to that. And so, do you like cowards?
If only you knew how little it matters. Coward or not, as long as you kiss as well.
They're nodding their heads back and forth, puffing on their cigars, bored stiff. And they're all thinking Garcin is a coward. Very softly, feebly. Garcin is a coward. That's what they've all decided. My pals. In another 6 months, they'll all be saying, oh, as yellow as Garcin. You two are lucky. Everyone on Earth has forgotten about you. My life's harder to put out.
And your wife, Garcin?
Oh, my wife, what? She's dead.
Dead.
Huh. I must have forgotten to mention it. She died a little while ago. About 2 months back when Estelle was dancing.
Didn't stand it any longer, I suppose.
Oh, of course. What else would she have died of? Well, that's it. The war is over. My wife is dead, but I've gone down in history.
Darling. Darling, look at me. Look at me. That Put your hand on my throat. Leave it there. Don't move it. They're all going to die, one by one. What difference does it make what they think? Forget them. I'm all that's left.
They won't forget it. They may die, but others will take their place. I've left my life in their
You
hands.
think too much.
What else is there to do? In the past, I used to act. Just to go back there for one day, I'd put a stop to it. But I can't. I'm out of the game. They're tallying up the score as if I didn't exist. They're right. I'm dead. Dead as a rat. I've entered the public domain.
Garcin.
Thank you. Listen, you're going to do me a favor. No, don't shrink away. I know it must seem funny to you. Someone asking you for help, you're not used to it. But if you would make an effort, perhaps we really could love each other. You see, back there, 1,000 of them are saying over and over again that I'm a coward, but it's 1,000. If there was just one soul, just one who would believe with all his might that I didn't run away, that I couldn't have run away, that I'm a man, that I have some courage, I know I'd be saved. Will you believe in me? If you would, I'd love you more than I could love myself.
You idiot. You dear idiot. Do you think I could love a coward?
But you've been saying
I
that.
was making fun of you. And I've men Garcin with rough skin and strong hands, and you haven't got a coward's chin. Your hair doesn't belong to the coward. You haven't got the voice of a coward. And I love you for all those things. Your hair, your voice, your mouth.
Do you mean it? Do you really mean it?
You want me to swear it?
Then I defy them all. The ones back there and the ones in here. Estelle, we are going to get out of hell. What is it?
She doesn't believe a word of what she's saying. Oh, God, how can you be so stupid? Estelle, am I a coward? If only you knew how little it mattered to her, one way or the other.
Inez! Don't listen to her. You want to have some confidence in you. You'll begin to have some in me.
Oh, yes, of course, I have confidence in her. She needs a man, you can believe that. She wants a man's arms around her waist. She wants a man's smell. She wants a man's eyes full of a man's desire. But beyond that, she'd tell you were God the Father if that's what she thought you wanted to hear.
Estelle, is that true? Answer me, is it?
What do you want me to say? God, I don't understand a word of this talk. It's also exasperating. Even if you are a coward, I love you just the same. There, isn't that enough for you?
You both disgust me!
What are you doing?
I'm getting out!
You won't get far, the door's locked.
They'll damn well open it!
Garcin!
No, don't get excited, the bell doesn't work.
I tell you, they'll open up. I can't take any more of you. I can't do it! Open up! Get away from me. You're even lower than she is. I don't want to see your eyes. I don't want to sink down into them. They're like a swamp. You're wet. You're soft. You're like an octopus. Open up!
Garcin! Please, don't go. I won't talk anymore. I'll leave you absolutely alone, but don't go. Inez, she's bared her claws. I'm afraid to say alone.
Shift for yourself. I didn't invite you here.
You coward! Oh, it's true, you are a coward!
Angel, are you happy? Spit in my face to get in with him. And then we have a little scrap on his account. Well, old Killjoy's going off on his own to leave the ladies to their own devices.
Do you any good? That door
tongs, the molten lead, the tweezers, whatever you've got. Let's have some real suffering. Let's have 1,000 gashes. Let's have the whips and the acid, anything but this pain. Anything but this tickling that never hurts enough. Will you open this door?
Well, go on.
I wonder why that door opened.
What are you waiting for? Go, quick!
I'm not going.
And you, Estelle? Well, which one of us is going? Which one of us three? Coast is clear. What's stopping us? Oh God, it's a scream. We're inseparable. Inseparable. Garcin, help! Estelle! Estelle! No, not the whole no,
Let her go!
please. Mad, she hates you.
I'm staying on her account.
On my account. Well, go on and close the door. It's 10 times hotter in here with it open. On my account?
Yes. You know what a coward is.
Yes, I do.
You know what evil means. And fear. And shame. There have been nights when you've seen into yourself all the way to your heart. And it felt like cracking open your own bones. And in the morning, you couldn't remember what it had all meant. You couldn't remember what you had been through the night before. Yes. You know the price of evil. And if you say I'm a coward, it's because you know what that means. Isn't that right?
Yes.
You're the one I've got to convince. You're one of my kind. Did you think I'd leave? I couldn't leave you here, crowing over me with all those thoughts in your head, all those ideas about me.
You really want to convince me?
It's the only thing I want. You know, back there, I can't hear them anymore. Probably because they're through with me. The thing's a dead letter. On Earth, I'm nothing. Not even a coward. Inez, here we are, all alone. There's only you two to think of me. She doesn't count, but you who hate me. If you believe in me, you can save me.
Do you think it'll be easy? Look at me. I'm a hard customer.
I'll give you all the time you need.
Oh, you'll have all the time in the world. All the time.
Listen, everyone has his own aim in life, isn't that right? I never gave a damn about money or love. I wanted to be a man, tough one. I put all my eggs in that basket. Tell me, how can anybody be yellow if he always chooses the most dangerous course? Can you really judge an entire lifetime by a single act?
Why not? You pretended to be brave for 30 years until you believed it yourself. And of course you allowed yourself 1,000 little weaknesses because all things are permitted to heroes. How convenient. And then when the crucial moment came and you were cornered, you decided to go to Switzerland.
I didn't just dream of being a hero. I'm determined to be one. We are what we choose to be.
You can only tell what a man really wants by his acts.
taken time to commit any acts of my own. I died too soon.
Oh, you always die too soon or too late. You died too late. And there's your life all finished behind you. Figures are all there. They must be added up. What are you if not your life?
You bitch! You have an answer to everything, don't you?
Oh, come, don't give up so easy. Find the right arguments. Make an effort. Well? See, I told you were vulnerable. And how you're going to pay for it now. You're yellow, Garcin. Yellow. Because I want it that way. I want it that way. Do you hear? I want you to be yellow. And you look how weak I am. Oh, just a breath. The only thing that exists about me is the fact that I'm looking at you. That I'm thinking about you. Oh, look at those big male hands opening up. What do you think they can do? Hands can't catch thoughts. Come on. You can't do anything about it. You gotta convince me. I've got you.
Garcin,
What?
get even.
How?
Kiss me and watch her.
You know, Inez? You're right. You have got me, yes. But I've got you, too.
Coward. Coward that's right, playing one woman against the other.
Yell, Inez, yell!
Lovely couple. Oh, if only you could see his big fat paw spreading across your back, rubbing your dress and squeezing your flesh. His hands are wet, he's sweating, he's gonna leave a blue stain on your
Yell,
dress.
Inez! Scream! Hold me tighter against you, Garcin. You'll kill her.
Yes, yes, hold each other tighter and tighter. Oh, keep each other warm. Love's sweet, isn't it, Garcin? It's soft and deep like sleep. Well, don't worry, I'll keep you awake.
Don't listen. Your lips. I'm yours.
Well, what are you waiting for? Do what you're told. Garcin the coward is Estelle the baby killer in his arms. All bets are open. Will the coward kiss her? I see you. I see you. I'm the crowd all by myself. The public, Garcin, the mob. Do you hear? Coward. 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 Just try to get away and you won't. Come on, what are you looking for in your lips? You want to forget? But I won't forget you. I'm the one you've got to convince. Me! Me! Come on, I'm waiting! You see Estelle? Just let him go. Your mind's like a dog. You'll never get her.
It'll never be dark.
Never.
You'll always see me.
Always.
The statue. Oh. This is the moment. The statue is here, and I'm looking at it. And I understand that I'm in hell. I tell you, they had everything planned. They knew I'd be standing in front of this mantle with my hand on this statue with all these eyes looking at me. All these eyes devouring me. There are only two of you. I thought there were a lot more of you. So this is hell. I never would have imagined. You remember being roasted over the flame, sulfur, brimstone? What a laugh! As if they needed it. Hell is just other people.
Darling.
Leave me alone. I can't. She's between us. I can't with her watching.
Well, you won't watch any longer.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? You know perfectly well I'm dead.
Yeah?
Dead. 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 You see? You can't do it. Not with knives, guns, poison. Can't be done, you understand? It's already been done. And we're gonna be together from now on. Forever.
Oh my God.
Forever!
I'm sorry, you wouldn't happen to have a mirror? Anything.
Thank you.